Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'll be doing the opposite of my last video, which was why Season 6 was the best Ninjago season, and today I'll be going over and giving my thoughts on why I personally believe that Season 11, Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu, is by far the worst Ninjago season we have ever gotten. Now before I do actually begin this video, I'd like to say that this is all just my own opinion and is not meant to offend anyone in any way at all. If you personally like Season 11, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Now without further ado, be sure to leave a like on the video, please subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight into it. Is yours to keep. So, Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu. You either love it or hate it, and it's definitely safe to say that I hate this season, and I do believe it was the worst yet. I think it's time I explained why I actually do think this. So, I'm not sure where to start this, so I'll start off with the ninja and their personalities first. Now, the ninja was so stupid in this season. They suddenly all started off being fat and lazy to begin with, which, firstly, felt extremely out of place and really out of character for all of the ninja. In particular, the Green Ninja himself, Lloyd Garmadon. Especially after the Oni trilogy, 3 full seasons with a much more darker and mature tone to the seasons. I get that all of the ninja may have needed a rest, but seeing them lying in a pool all day and drinking fizzy drinks, and all round being huge slobs, was extremely out of character for all of the ninja, and felt to me as though it was all being done for a laugh, which definitely backfired, as I'm sure no one found the ninja being fat and lazy funny at all. Also, seeing them constantly playing games was really unneeded and kind of unnecessary too. Sure, the ninja like playing games, in particular Jay and Kai. We know this from previous seasons, but this to me just felt like overkill, and I wasn't a fan of this whatsoever. So now that I've given my thoughts on the ninja, we may as well flip it around and discuss the villains. I'll start off with Asphira, as we're primarily talking about the fire chapter in this half of the video. So, Asphira, the revenge-obsessed Pyro Viper leader, and arguably one of the worst Ninjago villains. So she was obsessed with revenge due to her past with young Wu and Garmadon, which is understandable and could have definitely been done to a higher standard in my opinion. I found her to be extremely one-dimensional, and she literally just stood around the whole time screaming for revenge. She did this so many times that she somehow ended up becoming a huge meme within the community, and honestly, that just speaks for itself. I feel that the Pyro Viper army was also pretty underused, and is just another generic army that stands around and does just about nothing. Overall, Asphira was one of my least favourite villains to date, for all of the reasons I've just gone over. Well, I think it's that time now. It's time I went over the episodes for the fire chapter as a whole. Now, to kick us into the season, we got Wasted True Potential, which, in my opinion, was decently entertaining, but at the same time, it just completely ruined the ninjas' personalities, and turned a lot of fans away from the season straight away. As I've also mentioned in a video I made last week, the way the episodes were put together was really quite horrible in my opinion. There were a lot of filler episodes, then they'd suddenly slot in an episode that's actually story-related, but then they just place yet another filler episode straight after, that just about no one wants to see, and the majority of the filler episodes were incredibly boring, and were made to a pretty poor standard in my opinion. Now, there were definitely a few incredible episodes from the fire chapter, so I've got to give it credit for that, but overall, most were just pointless filler episodes that didn't really do anything apart from irritate us fans. Now, with my thoughts on the fire chapter completely out of the way, let's take a look at the second half of the season, known as the Ice Chapter. So looking back on it, the Ice Chapter was nowhere near as bad as the Fire Chapter, at least in my opinion. So we may as well start on the ninja and what they were like in this section of the season first. So the ninja were not quite as bad as they were in the Fire Chapter, but they still weren't the best by any means. Luckily they weren't still fat and lazy here, and did act usual in terms of being an actual ninja, but overall they all still seemed quite out of character when compared to what we're actually used to, and I really didn't like that. Now, as for the main villain, the Ice Emperor, or a corrupted version of Zane, was a huge step up from Asphira, and I really enjoyed the Ice Emperor for what he was. The Ice Samurai were awesome too, and I loved their concept a lot, with some being corrupted warriors, and some were completely just made out of ice, which was superb, and I enjoyed them a lot, and they definitely did serve their purpose. Whilst the Ice Emperor didn't exactly get much screen time at all, the scenes he did appear in were great, and it made him more of a mysterious feeling character, and I just loved that about him. There is one issue I had with him right towards the end of the season, but I'm going to be making a whole separate video on that topic very soon, so be on the lookout over the next few days or so. Now lastly, moving on to the episodes in the Ice chapter and how they were structured, well, it was definitely a huge improvement and step up from the Fire chapter, but still, they weren't anything too special at all. Some of the worst episodes of the whole series were included here, such as the Kaiju Protocol, but I prefer not to even talk about that episode. So overall, I give the Ice chapter a 6 out of 10 for everything I've said here. So these were just my main reasons as to why I thought that Season 11 was, and probably always will be, the worst Ninjago season, at least in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. Please also leave a like on this video too, and I will see you all next time.